Stop chasing, start living. Do you feel it? That relentless hum, that persistent whisper in the back of your mind that tells you, not enough, not yet, keep going, you're almost there. It's the silent rhythm of our modern lives, isn't it? A constant drumbeat of pursuit. We are almost unconsciously locked in a perpetual chase, a chase for goals, for validation, for perfection, for an elusive sense of enough. We believe with a conviction that shapes our very days that happiness lies just beyond the next milestone, just after the next achievement, just when we finally get there. But what if there doesn't exist? What if the finish line perpetually moves, always a little further than where you are right now? What if this constant chasing, this unwavering belief that we must earn our right to peace and joy is the very source of our suffering? Here's the truth, a profound, liberating truth that might just quiet that relentless hum. You don't have to earn life. You just have to live it. Think about those words for a moment. You don't have to earn life. You just have to live it. We arrived here, didn't we? Without a resume, without a list of accomplishments, without a perfect plan. We simply were. And yet, somewhere along the way, we absorbed the belief that our existence, our worth, our very right to feel joy must be meticulously paid for, hour by hour, effort by effort, achievement by achievement. This endless chase creates a profound and insidious form of suffering. It's the suffering of perpetual dissatisfaction. No matter how much you achieve, how much you accumulate, how much praise you receive, the voice says, "What's next?" The joy is fleeting, quickly replaced by a new target, a new mountain to climb. You get the promotion, but then you worry about the next one. You buy the dream car, but then you see a newer model. You achieve a perfect moment, but then you obsess over replicating it. The present moment, the only place where life truly happens, becomes a mere stepping stone, a means to an end. It's never quite good enough, never quite complete. This isn't living. It's perpetual preparation for a life that never fully arrives. Consider the athlete who pushes relentlessly for an Olympic medal. The years of sacrifice, the physical pain, the mental anguish. When they finally stand on the podium, there's immense joy. Yes, but for many, that euphoria quickly fades, replaced by the question, what now? Some fall into a deep depression, feeling lost without the next goal to chase. Others immediately set their sights on the next competition, the next record, unable to simply be in the accomplishment. The chase defined them, and without it, they feel empty. Their suffering isn't in the effort, but in the belief that only the external prize could validate their existence. This pursuit also leads to the suffering of comparison and inadequacy. In the age of constant digital connection, we are barraged with the highlight reels of others' lives. Someone else's perfect career, their seemingly effortless achievements, their flawless relationships. This fuels the chase, making us feel perpetually behind, perpetually less than. We see what others have and instantly feel a surge of inadequacy, pushing us to chase even harder to prove our worth. We compare our messy, unfolding journey to someone else's perfectly curated destination, forgetting that we're only seeing the polished surface. This isn't a race with a clear finish line. It's a distorted mirror reflecting back impossible ideals, driving us further into a cycle of self-criticism and exhaustion. The joy of our own unique path is overshadowed by the perceived success of others. Think of the person scrolling through social media, seeing friends announce engagements, promotions, or exotic vacations. Instead of feeling happy for them, a quiet ache begins. Why not me, they wonder. What am I doing wrong? This triggers a new wave of chasing a relationship, chasing a better job, chasing the funds for a similar trip. The spark of joy from their own life dims, replaced by the shadow of perceived inadequacy. The suffering here isn't just self-inflicted. It's amplified by a culture that glorifies constant external validation. Then there's the suffering of lost presence. When you're constantly chasing, your mind is always in the future. You're planning, strategizing, worrying, anticipating. You're rarely fully here now. The taste of your morning coffee goes unnoticed. The warmth of a friend's hand in yours is felt but not truly registered. The beauty of a sunset is admired for a fleeting second, then you're already thinking about the emails you need to send tomorrow. This chronic future orientation robs you of the very life you are purportedly trying to earn. You miss the quiet magic, the profound simplicity, the inherent beauty of each unfolding moment. Your life becomes a blur, a frantic dash from one point to the next, without truly experiencing the landscape in between. Imagine a parent at a child's school play. Their child is on stage, beaming with pride. But the parent is distracted, checking emails on their phone, mentally planning the grocery list, or worrying about a work deadline. They are physically present, but entirely absent from the moment. They miss the nuanced expression on their child's face, the subtle wobble in their voice, the pure joy of that fleeting performance. They were chasing something else, and in that chase, they missed the irreplaceable gift unfolding right before their eyes. This is the tragic consequence of lost presence. Life passes by, unlived, unappreciated, in the pursuit of something else. This cycle of chasing is fundamentally rooted in a misconception, the belief that happiness is a destination, not a journey, a reward, not a state of being. We've been taught that happiness is conditional, something you get after you've achieved, acquired, or perfected something. This belief keeps us trapped, forever running on a treadmill, perpetually out of breath, always looking ahead, never realizing that the very it we're chasing is already within our grasp, within the simple act of living. So how do we break free from this relentless pursuit? How do we stop chasing and start truly living? The first step is radical acceptance of the present moment. This doesn't mean complacency or abandoning goals. It means accepting what is right now without judgment, without the desperate need for it to be different. It's acknowledging the discomfort, the uncertainty, the imperfections, and saying, okay, this is where I am, and I can still find peace here. It's understanding that true progress comes not from resisting the present, but from embracing it, finding solid ground, and acting from a place of calm presence, not frantic striving. Consider the wisdom of Eckhart Tolle, who teaches us about the power of now. He suggests that most of our suffering comes from either dwelling on the past, regret, guilt, or worrying about the future, anxiety, fear. The only place we truly exist where life actually unfolds is the present moment. His work invites us to step out of the constant mental chatter and into the profound simplicity of being, reminding us that inner peace is found in surrendering to what is. His thousands of followers have found liberation not by chasing a new philosophy, but by deeply accepting the reality of the present. The second step is redefining enough. We need to challenge the external metrics of success that society constantly shoves at us. What does enough truly look like for you? Not for your neighbor, not for your colleague, not for the idealized person on social media. What brings you genuine contentment? Often it's far less than we've been led to believe. It might be good health, meaningful relationships, a sense of purpose, a connection to nature, creative expression, or simply enough comfort and security to live with dignity. When you identify your own enough, the relentless chasing begins to slow down because the goalposts become clear, tangible, and achievable, not perpetually out of reach. Think of Marie Kondo's simple question, does this spark joy? While often applied to physical possessions, it can be extended to all areas of life. Does this goal spark joy? Does this pursuit align with my deepest values? Does this validation truly satisfy my soul? By asking these questions, we begin to identify what truly resonates and what is merely societal conditioning, helping us to define our own enough. This isn't about having less. It's about having what truly matters more. The third step is cultivating conscious presence. This is the practice of bringing your full attention to whatever you are doing right now. Eating, walking, listening, working. It's not about doing more. It's about being more in what you are doing. This is where the magic of life reveals itself. The texture of your food, the nuances in a friend's voice, the intricate patterns of light and shadow. When you are present, you are living. You are experiencing the gift. This is why practices like mindfulness and meditation are so powerful. They train us to detach from the relentless mental chase and simply be in the unfolding moment. Consider the experience of a Zen gardener. They are not rushing to complete the garden. They are fully present with each stone, each raked line, each leaf. The act itself is the purpose, not just the finished product. The joy and peace come from the immersive presence, not from the concept of a perfect garden. They embody living in the moment, finding fulfillment in the process, not just the outcome. The fourth step is embracing your inherent worthiness. This is perhaps the most challenging because it goes against years of conditioning that tell us we must earn love, respect, and happiness. But your worth is not tied to your productivity, your bank account, your relationship status, or your appearance. Your worth is inherent. You are worthy simply because you exist. When you truly internalize this, the desperate need for external validation begins to fade. You stop chasing approval because you already know you are enough. This radical self-acceptance is the foundation of true peace and genuine living. Think of the work of Carl Rogers, the humanistic psychologist, who emphasized unconditional positive regard, believing in a person's inherent goodness and potential, regardless of their actions or achievements. Applying this to ourselves is powerful. If we can extend that unconditional positive regard to ourselves, knowing we are worthy of love and joy simply by existing, the chase for external validation loses its power. We no longer need to perform or achieve to feel valuable. We simply are valuable. Finally, the fifth step is choosing purposeful action over frantic reaction. There's a vast difference between setting intentions and chasing frantically. An intention comes from a place of clarity and purpose. It's a guided movement towards something meaningful. Chasing, on the other hand, often stems from fear, comparison, or a feeling of deficit. It's a reactive scramble. When you stop chasing, you don't stop moving forward. Instead, your actions become more deliberate, more joyful, more aligned with your true self. You pursue what truly matters, not what you think you should pursue. Think of an artist who paints not to sell a certain number of canvases or to gain fame, but because they are compelled by an inner vision, a deep need for creative expression. Their action is purposeful, driven by an internal compass. The joy is in the creation itself, the living of their artistic truth, not solely in the external outcome. Conversely, an artist who paints only for commercial success might find themselves constantly chasing trends, losing their unique voice, and experiencing immense frustration, even if they achieve financial gain. The difference lies in the source of the motivation: purpose versus chase. Ultimately, this is about shifting your perspective from scarcity to abundance, from believing life is something you must conquer, to understanding it as a profound gift to be savored. It's about recognizing that the peace, the joy, the love you tirelessly chase are not future destinations, but qualities of the present moment, always available, always flowing. You don't have to earn life. You already have it. It's here now, in the quiet of your breath, in the beat of your heart, in the simple, undeniable fact of your existence. Stop chasing. Start living. Open your hands, open your heart, and receive the magnificent gift that is already yours. This is your invitation to step off the treadmill and into the fullness of your own precious, unearned life.